Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land. And the Seminoles will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Florida's offense will take the first swing of the game. The Sunshine State is so rich in talent. The players have known each other in many cases for a long time, and that brings the intensity to a fever pitch.
And they do not like each other, Reese. 3 of the 4 years that I was a part of this rivalry game, there were bench-clearing brawls in the middle of the field before opening kickoff. This game just feels different.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Movement here from the tight end. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Got some work to do here on 2nd and 8 from the 20. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He'll do it himself. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Gators will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. The Seminoles offense has the ball for the first time. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see.
They want to run it left here. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. To the ground to try to move the chains. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Off the boot, looking for his man. The freshman able to get home with the sack. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in 06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that could really make the quarterback's life difficult. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. You got to affect him. Really nice job on this play.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Trying to get behind the defense. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it. ball back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Going with the ground game left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. He's going to pass on second down. A little screen to the running back. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. Last meeting was a classic as the Gators pulled out a close one.
Guys, it's a rivalry game that gets circled in the offseason, and for Gator fans in Gainesville and across the country, they have been bragging all year long after that win last season.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. The Gators have their offense in high gear. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking to pass on second down. Going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Keeps the play going. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And it's no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals. Yeah,
because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. He's looking to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Baldwin. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try along. And the try is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. Gators sending the offense back to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. The play action fake. Looking deep. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on second down. Give to the running back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. The Gators send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. They're bringing heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Noles will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Going up top on first down. He's right on target. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. They'll put the tight end in motion. He wants to throw here on second down. Looking to the big tight end. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Fast motion from the offense. Oh, he wants it all. And the DB right with him to knock it away. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Pass interference penalty will cost the defense 15 and a first down for this offense. The give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Fires to the big fella. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. Fair catch, called for and made. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. On second down, wants to throw. Made a defender miss. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
Well, this game certainly doesn't have the longevity historically that a lot of other rivalries have in college football, but this game always means so much. It impacts the conference championship race, the national championship race, and the Heisman Trophy race.
This time they'll go to the running game. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And that one's incomplete. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets open down the middle. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Noles have this offense rolling. Looking to move it through the air. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down. Now they'll run the draw. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. 5 yards away from another third down conversion on this drive. They're already 2 for 2. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. Oh, he missed it. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Well, the upright playing the 12th man on defense, knocking that ball down. It looked like it had a chance to be good.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll pull it down. Across the 25, he's got room. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's looking for a man on second down. Gets it out quickly. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On the run, still looking. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a couple of ranked teams having at it this week, and take a look at what's going down. USC has the lead right now, but kind of fittingly, the men of Troy have been in a battle today and just haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 8 over UCLA. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. He'll come out throwing on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Yoder. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. So here comes the field goal unit again, and we know how that's gone today. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, gentlemen. Seldom do the rational turn irrational the way they do when these two teams and fan bases get together in the Sunshine Showdown. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Florida State and Florida plays out.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the running back. Hard running there. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Got rid of it just in time. After that last incompletion, the offense is now in punt formation. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
On second down, he'll fire. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the first down mark. Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. Quickly complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Using the quick game. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Offense gets set for second down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Tackled after picking up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. They've got the screen set up. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Gators are in the red zone. They got him to jump. The defense got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a first down. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. And guys, this has been a defensive struggle, but now on 1st and goal, a chance for the first touchdown of the game. He'll keep it himself. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Gators! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Second down coming up. He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. They'll leave it with him. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This guy can throw it. That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on first down and couldn't pull it off. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll go to the ground. Fakes his man out. Fighting off the defender. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Slides away. Turns it on in midfield. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got his man quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Third and short now from their own 48. He's got his man. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Power football with the run. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Release to the back. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misfire now on second down. Trying play action. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Florida. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the Gators have chomped down, and they've put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Phil, is a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. USC is currently ahead early in this one inside the Coliseum. But unlike the days of Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, they just haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 12 over UCLA. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He'll do it himself. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gators! They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard, and he did.
and often is good too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the ball is intercepted. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, baby.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He finds his man. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The give as they work on that clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try the run. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. From the gun, running back on the move. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Nothing like stomping a guy in the teeth when you got him down. They'll try to tack on 3 more. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, you're always going to wonder what would have, could have, should have happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
That last field goal was huge. Now it takes a touchdown to beat you and not a lot of time to get it if you cover the kickoff well. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.